from time to time, we are fortunate, or rather unfortunate, when a Mu'ammam loses his cool and forgets to speak through his Taqiyya encoder. They have a Freudian slip whereby they expose their true feelings towards Sunnis and their figures. These incidents give us a rare chance to explore the mind of a Shi'i and see the innermost workings of their hate-driven rage against Sunnis. In this new series called The Taqiyya Detective, I will be presenting evidence of popular Shia propagators practicing Taqiyya and the occasions when the Taqiyya switch is flicked off. Now the question arises, why do they practice Taqiyya? The answer is simple: to get close to Sunnis and to have a platform in order to open the gateway for the Shia to spread their heresy, and to create doubts in the minds of Sunnis by tricking them into thinking they do not have hatred for Sunnis or their figures. No Sunni is going to want to engage with someone who they believe holds hatred towards them or curses their beloved figures. The first culprit on this new series is Sayyid Mehdi Mudarrisi. Like many Mu'ammams, the Taqiyya is strong in this one. Mudarrisi attempts to portray himself as an interfaith specialist, regularly calling for unity amongst Sunnis and Shias, and this is often reflected in his social media posts and lectures. Recently, a respectable Sunni polemicist engaged with Mudarrisi on Twitter regarding the topic of Eid al-Zahra, a time when the Shias unite in a Taqiyyified celebration of the death of Umar, may Allah be pleased with him. There will be more about this celebration in future episodes. The Sunnis' arguments were a little too strong for Mudarrisi, who got triggered and his Taqiyya switch malfunctioned, revealing his true beliefs about Sunnis. He made the ridiculous yet hateful claim that Sunnis celebrate the death of Hussein, may Allah be pleased with him, and that the polemicist's ilk, meaning Sunnis, then go on to blow up Shias. I responded with this, and then Mehdi responded with this. Being someone involved in Sunni Shia polemics, this doesn't come as a surprise, but it is a little bit worrying. This is because Mehdi Mudarrisi has 27,000 Twitter followers on his English account, more than 250,000 on his Arabic Twitter account. He's led prayers at the United States House of Representatives. He's featured in major global media outlets such as the BBC, The Independent, Huffington Post, New Statesman, the Vatican Press Office, among others, and has lectured at various universities, including UCL, King's College, Imperial, Queen Mary, University of Manchester, and SOAS. Mehdi, realizing his Taqiyya switch was turned off momentarily, came to his senses and turned it back on and deleted the tweet. He then went on to tweet this hypocritical message in what appears to be an attempt at redemption. Too late, Mehdi. Now, this isn't the only time his Taqiyya switch has malfunctioned. He has demonstrated animosity towards Sunnis previously. So here's the funny part. When Mudarrisi remembers to keep his Taqiyya switch on, he claims Sunnis love Hussein and the family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Have a look.
There is almost 500 million Shia around the world. And if you count the Sunnis, who also love the Ahlul Bayt, there is hundreds of millions of them.
So as far as interfaith dialogue is concerned, I would once again, and I've said this before, let's lay all the cards on the table. Let's sit down and find some common ground. We have a lot of common ground. Imam al-Hussein is one of them. This is something I've said to Sunnis all the time, that and it's something that perhaps, you know, brothers and sisters who are active in their local Muslim student association at university, I say to them, go to your Sunni brothers and sisters and tell them, listen, is Imam al-Hussein a sectarian issue now? Is Imam Hussein a Shia personality, or is he a Muslim personality?
And the saddest, the most tragic thing of all, my brothers and sisters, and I'm sorry that I have to say this, is that after 14 centuries of the tragedy of the day of Ashura, we are yet to receive not an apology, but a statement condemning the death of Imam Hussein. For someone to tell us that, listen, Imam Hussein was killed, and we condemn that. Didn't they condemn the Danish cartoons? Didn't they condemn the insults that were made against the Prophet? By going berserk in the streets, burning cars, destroying public property? Didn't that happen? Why? Because the Prophet was insulted? Which is a bigger insult? For the Prophet's own flesh and blood to be murdered in a desolate land while being thirsty, the way a camel is slaughtered. Which is more insulting to the Prophet, do you think? A bunch of pathetic cartoons, or for his grandson to be killed? Why don't you condemn that? Or you know what? We don't want your condemnation. At least don't celebrate this day as a day of celebration and festivity. Is that too much to ask? Is it too much to ask?
So which one is it, Mehdi? Do we love Hussein, or do we celebrate his death? Do you want unity with those that want to blow Shias up? All in all, you have kept your taqiyya up for most of the time, but slipped up on a couple of occasions. So for that, you are rewarded with a taqiyya rating of 3 out of 10. With the recommendation of spending more time in Iran for some taqiyya tuition. Sorry, Mehdi. Viewers, if you have witnessed instances of taqiyya that you would like us to investigate, do get in contact with us via one of the methods on screen. Until next time on the Taqiyya Detective, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi